Hello my loves, how are you guys doing? Don't matter how I look, you guys. I could not sleep throughout the night. I've been sweating. Like I could not sleep. I've been sweating. I've been up since around 4 because I took a shower in the midnight throughout the night up to like 3 times, you guys. I don't know why. I've just been sweating. So I've been up since 4 o'clock. Like finally, I could not sleep again after that. So I've just been posting and all of that. So now the time is 6:53. I don't know if you guys can see. And I just have to come out to make this video and just get it over with you guys because my heart is racing and I just want to control myself. So this is the time I can film this video. So before I tell you the type of person my mom is, let me tell you how she died first, okay? So we had a party, a burial ceremony in the family for last year, December 15, 16. So after the burial ceremony on 16, which everybody was fine, she was fine, there was no problem. We had a party. She did not come home to sleep. She slept at her uncle's place overnight, okay? And because she was tired, okay? So she slept overnight there. So on 17, she didn't come home like early. It was, I think, late in the morning, maybe like around 11. No, maybe 11, 12. Let me say that was when she came home. So at the house we were both staying together before. So when she came home, I was like, "How are you?" She was like, "She's fine." She said she has been thinking. She was feeling sad. Like she's just tired of everything. She's just depressed. Telling me about how things that have broken her heart, her journey, and everything. And I want to try not to cry, you guys, in this video. I want to try so hard not to cry. So I just started, for Christ's sake. So I used to advise her that, "Mom, don't cry, don't feel sad, forget about everyone that has hurt you, said one or two things to you, forget about those that, they've looked down on you and everything. In this new year that is coming, we have to pick ourselves, we have to, new plans." I've always told her to forget. Sometimes, most times, I don't even want her to talk to me about people that have hurt her or the problems that she's going through. Like sometimes I don't want her to talk about it. I always like, "Mom, don't talk about it. Let's talk about the positive part. Let's talk about our plans." Because the more you keep thinking about the things that you've gone through, the more it keeps breaking your heart and all of that. So sometimes I'll be like, "Mom, no, I don't want us to talk about the past. I want us to talk about the future." You get? So I encouraged her that morning and she was like, okay, that she wants to still sleep. So meanwhile, you guys remember I was my ex at that time. We were supposed to go for a party that morning, the morning of this day. I think it was on Saturday, yeah, because he had a wedding, like that invited me, that we'll be going together. So I don't know, there was an argument that morning, and I was like, I'm not going again. So later we settled it, but he still wanted us to go to the party. I was like, no. Even after we settled the argument, I don't still want to go to the party. I just don't feel like going to the party. I just don't feel like going again. So that was how he left and he went for the party without me. So I was just home and watching a movie when my mommy came and then we spoke. So my mom said that she still wants to rest because later in the evening she'll be going out. So she now went to take her shower. She went to take her bath. She took a shower. So after the shower, she was going to she went to her room to cream her body. And that was how she had a seizure. Like while she was creaming her body with cream, she had a seizure. When the seizure was holding her, she was calling my name, Tofumi, come and see. So I thought that maybe she was on her phone, maybe she wanted to show me something. I was like, "Mommy, I'm coming," I was like, come fast. As I saw that her voice was like, come, I just had to start up like, "Mom, what happened?" I just saw her. She was just like, her body was stiff, her hand was stiff, her leg was stiff, her mouth was already moving to the other side here, her eyes was turning up while standing, and she was just like falling just like that, and she just fell. So she fell and hit her body on the fridge to the floor. I shouted, I screamed. That was the scariest. Jesus. That was the scariest view ever. That was the scariest thing I've ever seen on my mom. Okay, so because of what I saw and everything, I didn't know what to do at that point. Like, I don't know if I should lift her. I don't know if, but the view was so scary that I had to go to the bedroom to take a whole bucket of water, and poured it on her. I poured it on her immediately. So because immediately she fell, she was not moving again. Like, she was not moving. She fainted. Okay, I don't even know if she fainted or she died at that time. I just know that she was gone. So I did not think twice. I just went to the bedroom to take water and I poured it on her. So immediately I put it on her, I was shouting, "Mommy, mommy, 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 mommy." I just started screaming, calling out for our neighbors. They should come and help me. They should come and help me. So that was how most people just came in. There was even a pregnant woman at that time. Yeah, she rushed over. People from the other side, people from the area, they started calling themselves, they started coming. So remember that my ex had already gone to the wedding. I had to call him to please come immediately, because he has a car. Come and help me take her to the hospital. I was calling, okay. Before I called him, then I called my mommy's uncle, which is my big daddy, who I stay with now at home. Okay, sorry for the lighting, you guys, in case the lighting is not perfect. Okay, I had to call my mommy's uncle, but his number was not going through because my ex at that time had not yet come. He said he was coming, but where he was far from home. So people were just trying. They started calling. My ex dad is there. Our house is where we stay is. Their house is facing our house, is opposite each other. So he's a pastor. He started praying for her, because remember that she was screaming about it, so she was naked. So before the men started coming in, a woman took wrapper to cover her up. Okay, so but as they were shaking her, even the clothes was falling, but we were trying to cover her up. Even at that time, so you don't even want to think maybe you want to cover her or not. I had anointing oil. I poured the whole anointing oil in her mouth, on her head. It was just chaotic, you guys. So they asked for salt. We put salt in her mouth, which I think was later I found out that if somebody is fainting or something, don't put salt in their mouth, because the too much salt is not good for the body, and it's even an elderly body person. So anyways, we put spoon there as well. Somebody wanted to put hand. I think somebody put her hand in her mouth and she was closing her mouth with the hand. It was so tight. I don't know whose hand. So the person was hurting at the same time. Okay, I think I also put my hand too, because I wanted to put spoon. It was just so chaotic, you guys. I don't really remember the whole scene, but it was too chaotic. So later my ex came with his car, then we rushed her to the hospital. So when we got to the hospital, they immediately started passing drip to her body, started attending to her, and then she started coming back. Okay, no, before we took her to the hospital, she woke up. Okay, while we were taking her to the car, she woke up, but she was so weak. So when they got to the hospital, they started giving her drip and everything. So they told me to go and prepare Ogi pap for her. So I went back home to go and prepare. And when I came back, they said that she had a seizure again. But this time, they didn't come early. The nurses, they've attended to her, so they left her to rest. So I think a nurse went back to check up on her, and they saw her actually having the seizure at that time. And at that time, her tongue was already out on her teeth like this. So while she was having the seizure, you know that when she's having the seizure, all her body will be stiff. Her teeth were stiff and closed. So it's closed on her tongue. Jesus. Her teeth closed on her tongue. So she has a very big wound on her tongue. It was bleeding, you guys. So blood, everything was stained her body. In short, for those 2 weeks, she could not even eat or talk well. She could not talk well because her tongue. So we even thought that something else was wrong with her voice. I forgot. we forgot that she bit her tongue. It was later when she was able to talk a little bit that she was saying that she cannot talk well because of her tongue. Okay, she could not move that tongue because her teeth closed tight on that tongue. Because it did not just bit off, but her teeth closed so tight on that tongue. So they attended to her again. So we now stayed in that hospital for about like a week. Was it a week? Yeah, close to a week. And let me say a week. We stayed in that hospital for a week. So she didn't take any too sugary things. They said that it was like they said we should do MRI, brain scan. We went to do the brain scan for her, which cost about like 60,000 at that time. Yeah, so we did that one, and then they said that there was like a worm or something. I forgot. Jesus Christ, I don't have a file here with me. I think I left it in the hospital safe. I didn't even take it on, but there's something that you guys, if I'm able to remember, I will post it in the screen so that you guys will see. So they said that she has this worm thing. The toilet, so we were taking her to use the toilet. Okay, normally she uses if she wants to wee, we give her a potty to wee, but if she wants to poop, I will take her to the toilet to go and poop. So as I lifted her from the bed to go and poop in the toilet, which is not actually in the room, it's like outside the room, the ward that she was, you guys, blood was coming out from her behind. Not even poop of blood, but actual blood was coming out from there. I was so scared. We were also scared. People that were around me were so scared. So we had to call the toilet. The blood was not stopping. It was just coming out. Like it will rush out. Like, you know, when you are having, when you are peeling, or what's it called? When you take two sugary thing and you go to the toilet to poop, you know, the type of like watery something. That was how it was coming out. The watery blood. Okay, not poop, blood. It will come out like, it will stop again. In the next maybe 3 seconds, it will come out like this. So she was losing blood. So we had to like take her to the seat of the toilet. It was just coming out. I was like, that's the end. Like, my mom would have died before this day she died. If I was not around, if I had gone for the wedding ceremony, she would have died that day. Or at the hospital, she would have died that period. But she was fighting. She was fighting. The hall for the dinner. So my mommy was like, she cannot leave inside to go, that she does not want to go. I was begging her, mommy, now let's go. That would make you We got to the hospital, when we were taking her, because this time around she cannot even say she wants to lift her leg or her hand again. Well, like that was when we it was so freaking worst. Her body was always hot, like her body was boiling. We're like, what is this one again? So we had to take her one day, me and one of my uncle and her uncle and who again, one of my brothers like that. So we had to take her to the hospital, the bigger hospital. So when we got to the hospital, they just okay, first of all, we need to pay. They want to do okay, we told them that it was in the hospital we did the first MRI, so we showed them the everything that we've been doing for her before. So they said that we should pay for something. We paid, then they took her to the emergency, they rushed her to the emergency ward. Okay, they started checking up on that. Before they actually know what was going on with her, the first thing they did was take her to the emergency ward. The doctors and nurses, they closed the curtain to be checking her. I think they gave her drip. No, they didn't give her drip. They checked up on her first. That was the first thing they did. They were checking up on her. Sorry for the noise, guys. I can only film outside. I can't film inside because it's dark inside. There's no light. So, anyways, they checked up on her. The doctors were doing their own thing. They were going out and coming in and all of that. So when they I think they knew for a little bit. They now started giving her. They gave her injection. And I don't know what they gave her again, but I was scared, you guys. I was out there, I was checking again. I was just doing like this. So they now, what's it called? They came back to tell me that, okay, they are still going to do more tests on her. Okay, I think we paid for some tests. So they are still going to do more tests on her. But they think that she has diabetes. I was like, diabetes care. The last time my mommy and my second mom, they went to go and check their diabetes and their sugar level and all of that. My mommy's one was normal. And yeah, it was normal. So, and the doctor the hospital where we left, they didn't say that we should check any diabetes, anything. But one thing I know that we didn't give her much sugar. That it was not even our mind to give her much sugar because she was not really eating. So I used to give her milk, that one for sure, pap. I used to give her swallow, but she only eat in very smaller quantity. So there's not even mind to say I want to give her drinks. Okay, I gave her Lucozade boost. That's the only thing I know. Sugar thing I gave her was Lucozade boost to give her energy because she was not eating. So how all of a sudden, diabetes has entered. They said that diabetes has entered. They read her sugar level. It was so high that the meter could not read it. You know that the meter level to check if somebody's sugar is high, to give you, the level. Okay, this one was so high that the meter that they were using to check could not read. It was so high. It has passed the level. So it was extreme. So they had to start giving her, they gave her insulin. They were just giving her different type of things at interval along the line. So I was like, I said, and they said her BP too was so high. She's hypertensive. Mommy used to be, but she's on medication. Okay, she's on medication, normal. So, Jesus Christ, look how I look like. Anyways. So I was like all of a sudden, after she's getting better in a week, sugar level was freaking high. Meter cannot read it. Her BP was freaking high. Everything was high. Her body was weak. She could not move again. I was like, yeah. And my mommy had partial stroke at the time before. I was like, is she about to even have stroke again? Because it was crazy. So, but this time around, then a seizure started happening frequently in 5 minutes. She'll be having that seizure again, that twitching thing. She didn't have that crazy seizure, but that twitching was very frequent. I was like, mommy's about to have permanent stroke. So the doctors now started checking her. They started what's it called? they gave her a lot of medicine and everything to like just reduce insulin on this, on that, to just reduce the sugar level, to just reduce it, to save her life at that time. So they started for like, she spends I think 4 days in the emergency. So that is from 25, I mean 26, 27. Okay, 26, 27 she was home. We took her to the hospital on 27, then 28, 29. Am I correct? Yes, 28, 29 was when they gave her she was in the emergency ward, they were treating her. 2029, then she started getting, better. She could now open her mouth to talk. They said that insulin has dropped a little, sugar level has dropped a little, and the BP has dropped a little as well. That's on 29. So they were like everything was now okay, was back to normal, and her healing was like, her recovery was so better. So then they were now like, okay, that she's done in the emergency ward, I should now take her to the normal ward in that their hospital, the normal ward. But one funny thing is, like, I did not want them to take her away from the emergency ward. I was like, please, because she was so much better there, and they were taking care of her. They were bathing her, feeding her. It's just, I didn't have much to do than to be checking up on her, and if I need to go home to take anything. But there was where she was eating. She was eating there. They were beating her, like, I know, because she was having this so nice like treatment that I liked how she was recovering. So I didn't even want them to take her away from them. So that was on 29. So on that same 29, they took her to later in the night, they took her to the normal ward. So there are also people to take bath for her. In short, a guy who actually bath for her. We take bath for her. So, but I'm the one that will feed her food, and if she can eat by herself, but I was still feeding her little by little. So that she was there for 29, 30. She started getting better. Like, she could now start moving by herself. Like, she was moving by herself on that 30. She was moving for herself. So she was talking. She was so fine on that 30th. She was perfect. Like, I was like singing, thanking God for everything. That's wow, thank you, Jesus. She was so fine on that 30th. So, but on the night of 30th, she prayed for me. Then she called every of her loved ones, her pastor. She was like, she's so fine. She has never, like, in the last 2 weeks, she has not experienced this much, L. She was like, you people should run away from sugar. Don't take too much sugar. Like, when she leaves, she's going to preach the gospel of not taking sugar, of taking care of your health. These are the things she was saying. She called almost everyone that are close to her. She called them. She thanked them for checking up on her. So people came to visit her in the hospital, the first hospital and the second hospital, by the way. So she thanked them. She called those that are far away. She called them and all of that. So after that, guys, on 31st, she was fine. There was no problem. She could actually say, because when she got to the hospital, they gave her this pipe where she can wee, like, because she cannot wee by herself. So if wee is coming, the wee will come out by itself. So on 31st, she could say that she wants to wee by herself. So on that 31st was even the time that they removed no, they didn't remove it immediately. They still left it there. It was after she died that they removed it permanently. We were like, since she still wants, like, she can still feel that she wants to wee, okay, that she can still wee inside. So she weed inside. So that 31st, okay, it was her auntie's big sister, not her auntie, her big sister's birthday. So she visited her big sister in the morning. She prayed for her. Her big sister took, like, they were just praying for each other. They were rejoicing with each other that they are both fine and healthy, and they are able to witness the last day of the year, and they will be celebrating the new year together, because she was supposed to travel to her place January. So her big sister's place January to Lagos here. So later they gave her insulin in the morning, and when it was time for lunch, in that. My ex was even the last person to come and visit her. Okay, he came with one of his friends to come and visit her that day. So that was around 3 o'clock. No, they came before then, so they left around 3. So I was telling my mom to come and eat lunch. It was like not yet. So meanwhile, the morning of that day, I called the a doctor that was attending to her, when in the emergency ward. I called him to please come and let me check up on her again, like if there's no problem again, so that I'll be able to know when they will discharge her. Okay, because she was already fine. That was on 31st, right? So he came, he checked up on her, he checked the first MRI that they did for her. Then he said that they should do another one. Now the second MRI, the 3D one or something that they did was 100,000, like the vivid one. So they took her to go and check it. Wait, I can't remember when they checked. It wasn't on 30th. I think it was on 30th they checked, or 31. I can't remember, but I think they checked it earlier. Was it that time that they checked it, or it was earlier? Okay, no. They checked it when we got to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, they did another MRI for her. So now on that 31st, when I called the doctor to come and see her, to check up on her if there's no problem. So he came, he checked the 2 MRIs. I don't know what he was doing. He was checking, so he called a nurse. I was like, I should know whether everything is fine. So I don't know what he and the other nurse they talked about. Maybe they should give her one injection or one something. I don't even know what they said that they should give her when she wants to eat. And all I know is that another nurse, okay, you know, they should have shifts. So in the normal ward where we have, the nurse that attended to her the night before on 30th, okay, you know that in the morning of 31st, they will change their shift to other nurses. Now, another nurse that was around, I didn't really feel good about those nurses on duty. So one of the nurses came and told me that if she wants to eat, I should call her, that she will give her one injection first. Then after she finish eating, they will give her another injection. So I was like, okay. So when I thought that they wanted to give her insulin, because every time she wants to eat, they will give her insulin. Okay, I think they will give her insulin 20 minutes before she eats or something. That's what they used to give her. So when she wanted to eat, this nurse came with an injection. Now I know that her insulin was a different type of injection, and I think it is yellowish or so. So when she came with maybe a whitish injection or something. So when she came and she wanted to give her that injection, I was like, what type of injection is this one? She was looking at me like, what's your business? You know, like, why do you want to know? She didn't answer. I was like, excuse me, ma, what type of injection is this one that you want to give her? It was like, it is antibiotics. I was like, antibiotics? I was like, I thought that it was insulin they used to give her before, you know, she eats. Okay, she was just like, she was just giving me some kind of like eyes. I was like, I was like, oh, okay. If I had known, I would have said they should not give her that injection. If I had known, I would have said they should not give her that injection. And she just gave her that injection, you guys. Immediately they gave my mom that injection. Immediately they gave her that injection. Within 5 seconds, she started reacting. My mom was like, she feels like vomiting. You guys, what if I told you that was the last word I heard my mother speak out and said to me? I feel like vomiting. Because the nurse gave her that injection and then she left. So, but when she was leaving, she saw my mom was like, she was like, you know. So like within 5 to 10 seconds, she was like, a bit lame. I feel like vomiting. I was like, you feel like vomiting, okay? I called the nurse. Nurse, my mom said that she feel like vomiting, like she's not okay. The nurse was like, it's okay, that it is just the side effect of the injection, that she will be fine. I was like, are you sure? Because the way she was doing, like she wants to vomit, but she's at the same time trying to catch her breath. So I had to like rush to go and carry a bowl. Okay, by the time I got inside to carry a bowl to come and give her eyes was somehow. She was just like, there's this pittish and some things, you know, coming out from her mouth. Like she was now so finding it hard to breathe. You guys, this is the second scariest part that I've ever seen my mom. She was finding it so hard to breathe. She could not breathe again. She was not like, that was how she was. She can only breathe out. And if she wants to catch in that, she's like, That was how she was doing, guys. I had to rush her to go and call the nurse that she's not breathing very well again. Just like, God forbid. That's when she now came in there. She was now scared as well. My mommy did not even get the time to eat her food. It was everything happened immediately. This was between 3:20 something. The nurse was not like, she should stop, she should stop, she does not want this, like my mommy should not do that, she should stop, she was not like trying to get my mommy to breathe. She immediately cleared my mommy's back. She laid her down to calm down. It was not working. She had to like rush out to go and call other nurses and the doctor. The first doctor they called was not even around. They had to go and call another doctor, which was not even in that ward, was another ward, but to come and attend to her. So that doctor had to come to attend to my mom. So I had to come to attend to my mom. They were like, okay, I should stay out, because the whole time the nurses were attending to her, I was there. I was scared. I was speechless. I was just looking like this. I was convinced in my heart that she would not die now. Maybe she's just having one episode, and since she's in a bigger hospital, they will take care of her. There was no problem. So in one side of me was relaxed that she will be fine because she's in safe hands. Another part of me was dumbfolded. Like, I was just like, what is this again? So she could not breathe. She was fighting so hard to breathe. She was at a point, she was just like, that was how she was, like, her eyes closed. I was like, they finally gotten me. They've gotten my mom. So as that one episode was going, the other doctor, when he came, they now had to tell me to go out. Then they closed the curtain. They were now trying to do this heart, breathing, beating thing. They were trying to get oxygen for her as well. The oxygen tank, the thing that they were using to do oxygen to, was not fixing very well. It was having problem, so they had to go and change it or something. But they were using the artificial and foaming one to just keep passing breath into her. The first machine they brought was not working at the same time. It was also as if something was just going on at that point, like as if like this thing cannot work. The machine they brought was not working well. They had to take it back to bring another one again. So that one was still manageable. That was they were using to read her heartbeat, and the oxygen thing as well. The oxygen thing too was not fitting well. Imagine they were doing oxygen before, and the emergency ward, the one that they were now using was not fitting, so they had to hold it and try to like get it. At a point they'll be like, our heartbeat was faint. It was faint. Whatever it is that it was faint, it was not doing what it's supposed to do. They were trying. Later they'll be like, oh, we picked a heartbeat. Later they were like, oh, they can hear that they can pick the heartbeat it is reading, but it will only read for maybe like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, then it will like go down again. They'll be like, they cannot feel it again. They'll still keep doing everything that they are doing. They'll be like, it wants to pick, but it is not picking, or it is picking but it's dropping. That was what was happening. That was what was happening until nothing worked again. They told me to go outside, by the way. Because I just saw, like, when they brought out the machines, I was like, maybe, they've already survived her, like, revived her, like, maybe she's fine. The first day they came out with the machine, this spoilt machine too, they came out with that one. I was like, okay. So the nurses and doctor, I was calm. I'll go and see her now. I just saw the nurses coming out. Meanwhile, all the time that they were bringing out the machine, they were just standing there, they were looking at her, they were like, she's gone, but I did not know. The doctor just came to meet me that, you just have to take heart that we lost her. Jesus. You lost who? Somebody that was just fine. Before we left the emergency ward, she was fine. Yesterday when they brought her, she was fine. Today, this morning, she was fine. And then you lost who? You lost who? I blamed the nurse self. I blamed everything. I blamed everyone. the hospital, the doctor, I blamed the nurse. I told you what type of injection. You said antibiotics injection. When I was asking you, and everyone see me right, you were doing as if I want to teach you your job. I asked you. I even blamed myself that maybe is it because I even called that emergency doctor to come and check up on her. Maybe I shouldn't have called him. Because before we left the emergency hall, they diagnosed her with diabetes stage something, and then they called a nutritionist to come and explain to me and her what she'll be taking and what she cannot take. They gave us 2 booklets. They showed me how I'll be checking her BP, her sugar level, and how I'll be recording it, and then her doctor's appointments and all of that. So how come all of a sudden just you gave her an injection and immediately she reacted to it and she died? Everything happened between like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, from like 3:20 something to like 3:30. Let me just say, or between everything just happened and she just died like 3:30. So yeah, around that time, that was when she died. I started calling some of our family members that I know that they can come around. I called my second mom. I was like, I don't understand what they are saying. So they started calling each other. They came to the hospital. When the doctors and nurses, they left, like they just left there, I had to go back inside. I started begging my mom to please wake up. I was pushing her heart, like, the heartbeat thing. If she could just wake up. But she did not answer me again. She did not answer me again. She did not talk to me again. The last word I heard from her was she wanted to vomit. I did not hear anything again. So, that was how I lost her. It's a big hospital, a very big hospital. They have a university. People go there they have all the machines. If they want to do surgery, if they want to check heart, there's no machine they don't have there. They have everything. So I thought that she was safe. But the hospital where we left, there's just a family hospital, normal hospital, they don't even have the old machine thing going. She was still fine there. So it is not even about the hospital that matters. It is not about number one, it is the grace of God that keeps us alive when time we are sick. And then it's not about I don't know, but I hope that you guys are picking lessons from this this thing that I'm telling you guys, okay? Like this story I'm telling you. Everything happened so fast. Sickness that we've never had before, so we said that she has. Everything happened so fast. At every point, please guys, always take care of your health. Every point. Small thing can lead to something bigger. One small thing can lead to various illnesses, and this will just start coming up from nowhere. So please, you really have to take care of your health. You really have to. And that was how I lost my mom, guys. The funniest part is that when we took my mom to the normal ward, that same day they brought in a patient. Now that patient, you would think that patient will die overnight, like normal. The way the patient is doing, like that patient who cannot catch the breath, and they are Muslims or so. So the husband and the wife, I don't know, I think the patient is I think the husband's mom, and I think the wife is there with the husband too, because they slept together overnight with the woman there. So the way the woman is sounding, I could not even sleep well. And my own mom was already fine, and the woman was just sounding somehow, like something was going on with her. Anyways, guys, the woman, till when my mommy died, the woman was still breathing. The woman that we actually thought that she was going to die that day, she was actually breathing when my own mom died. just injection, antibiotics injection. Maybe it was not the right time you were supposed to give her. Maybe that was not even what she was supposed to give her. I don't know. Well, anyways, guys, that was how I lost my mom. I don't know what to say. My mom is a very beautiful woman. She's loved by many. Everybody that cross her paths, they are always like, they have a story to tell about her. She's always selfless. My mommy will go in depth because of another person's life. Yes. She will go in depth because of another person's life, to raise them, to send them to school, to anything they want to do. She would give out phones. She herself, she does not have a better phone, but she can go and buy a phone for each person. On her burial day, I was there, people saying their own story. Family has their own to say. Friends have their own to say. But she overthinks everything. Please be careful. Don't always think. There is no problem that cannot be solved. If there's a problem that seems that it is unsolvable, how should I say, don't even think about it. Distract yourself. If it seems that it's not something that is in your power to solve now, distract yourself. Like go and tell somebody, or just go from it. The solution will come on its own. Don't overthink. The more you overthink and you overload your brain, you are hurting your brain. It started affecting me in this 1 year. Thank God for my second mom that always tell me, I pity you. You are always overloading your brain. So as any little thing anybody does to me or something, I would always overthink it. I would get angry. I would be so defensive, everything, because my brain is already full, overloaded. She was telling me, if you go and have IBP, so you see what happened to your mommy. I pity you. If you go and have IBP, you'll be on medication for life. So please, don't overthink anything. Whatever it is that you are going through, your struggles and everything, don't overthink it. Let it go at its own pace. Just walk, pray, and be calm. Since we walk out, instead of you to be overthinking, just do other activities, or go out or visit somebody. Don't stay alone. I can't really even give you much advice now because I'm not myself.